Forecasted storms could mean enough rain to end one of the driest and hottest spells in San Antonio history. The fight continues for mandatory paid sick leave in Alamo City. Abortion providers sue Texas to undo decades-old laws. And Rebelle, St. Anthony Hotel's Hallmark restaurant, undergoes a seafood transformation to become one of San Antonio's best restaurant experiences.
I have to tell you about this trout they do. It's crusted with this armor that looks like a jeweled breastplate out of Game of Thrones, and they put the whole thing over green beans for a nice-looking plate, a complete composed dinner.
I'm Chan Storlin with your Express Briefing for Friday, June 15th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Storms are in the forecast that could yield enough rain to end one of the driest and hottest spells in San Antonio history, and even stave off a drought. 2 to 3 inches of rain are likely Sunday through Wednesday, with some parts of the region possibly experiencing downpours producing 6 inches or more. This year, a scarcity of storms, combined with a 5-inch rain deficit from 2017, have produced abnormally dry conditions that, without substantial rainfall soon, could mean a south-central Texas drought, with much of the Panhandle already classified as exceptionally dry. Next week's forecasted showers could interrupt a period from April 1st through Wednesday that was the 3rd driest ever. This May was also the 3rd hottest ever on record. Thursday, the Texas Organizing Project sent a double-barreled message to the city of San Antonio to not interfere with the group's work on calling a November election for mandatory paid sick leave. Early in the day, the group and its allies, known as Working Texans for Paid Sick Time, rallied at City Hall, imploring the council to ensure that the 144,000 signatures they submitted in late May to the city clerk are verified and certified within a week. Later in the day, the group, known as TOP, also hit the city with a court filing asking to order City Clerk Leticia Vasek to complete her verification process by Monday and certify the petition at the council on Thursday. The legal question put before the court is whether the 20 days provided by the city charter to the city clerk for verifying signatures on the petition constitute 20 calendar days or 20 business days. Texas Civil Rights Project attorney Beth Stevens, who represents Working Texans for Paid Sick Time, says the clerk has 20 calendar days. However, city officials will likely argue that in both interpretation and practice, the city has always taken 20 business days. While the difference between the two sides' interpretations is only 9 days, the more than a week's worth of time is potentially the difference between whether the initiative goes on the November midterms ballot or next May's municipal ballot. Emboldened by a recent Supreme Court ruling, Texas abortion providers are suing the Lone Star State to undo a litany of abortion regulations that have been on the books for decades. Thursday, abortion providers argued in a federal lawsuit. The U.S. Supreme Court set a new standard for abortion laws when it struck down a 2013 Texas law that required stricter standards for doctors and clinics. At that time, the court ruled benefits of imposing the 2013 requirements did not justify obstacles to access. Whole Woman's Health, the largest abortion provider in Texas, now wants that standard applied to old laws. The lawsuit challenges numerous requirements, including only allowing doctors to perform abortions rather than clinic staff, and also challenges licensing standards, 24-hour waiting periods, and a requirement that an ultrasound be shown to the patient. And after more than 2 years of progressive polyglot cooking, the Hallmark restaurant at the St. Anthony Hotel has undergone a seafood transformation to become one of Alamo City's best dining options.
Mike Sutter here for the Express News, and this week we're reviewing Rebelle at the St. Anthony Hotel. You might know Rebelle from the team behind Feast and Battalion and the upcoming Playland. Well, Rebelle just did a reboot where they went all seafood all the time. First, this dish, trout stuffed with shrimp butter. I also want to tell you about fresh rockfish ceviche, and they have beautiful oysters, both fresh and then charbroiled with garlic butter. We had this great lobster cut all the way in half lengthwise and stuffed with lobster claw stuffing. So let me tell you about the best thing I ate at Rebelle. The beauty of having a kitchen with so much fresh seafood coming through it is that when you trim that seafood, you have trimmings. And where they go is a beautiful seafood chowder just stocked with everything that came out of the kitchen that night. They also have a nice bar that pumps out drinks that are named after the 7 deadly sins, and I'm sure you'll commit a few after you have a few of these nice strong drinks. It's a place I'm going to recommend to you pretty strongly with 3 stars. Please read about it at expressnews.com.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Friday, June 15th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.